I still cannot believe that a friend of mine would suggest so that I can go get me a car and sleep in the car instead of renting a room and living in a room. I'm still processing that because people who live in a car, they don't make that choice out of because they love doing that. That's because they have to, and they have no choice. It's next to being a homeless, and being a homeless is not something pleasant. It's because they have a trauma, they went through some emergency, their finances is in a bad situation. It's either because they lost their job or nobody's hiring or they don't make enough to pay the rent. So they ended up in their car, and you know, and a lot of people they hoping that it is a temporary solution until they find something to improve their life or something better. But intentionally, me going just to buy a car and make that my emergency situation, I mean, who would do that in the right mind? Right now, if I go buy a car, that would be a mistake because all my money is going to go towards repairing the car, putting fuel, especially now during the war zone. And this war is going on all over the world, and everything is so expensive, so fuel. And then the oil change, last time it kept costing me here and there. Then when I was doing DoorDash, I thought, I was making money, but no, the starter went out because when you turn the car on and you turn it off, you go pick up the food, then you have to turn the starter on. I had an older car, and you turn it off when you have to deliver because I don't want to leave my car running. What if somebody goes in it and drives off? So I had to turn it off and lock the door and deliver the food. So what happens? The starter went out, and it was like few $100s with labor. So every time, I'm thinking I'm making money with this delivery, and it's not reliable. It's not a reliable car. Something, a part goes bad, and I had to replace it. So many parts I had to replace. I had like every month there was something breaking. The more I used to drive, the more it used to break. So, and then a car is not meant to be sleeping in. I mean, people do it because they have to. It's better than the street. But the thing is, a car is not insulated. If you're in Florida, it's like a sauna steam room. I mean, if you in front of a fan, it's like you're gonna close the car and lock the car and sleep in it. It's very dangerous. And then in the cold, it gets really cold. It's not insulated. It's not like an RV or a camper. They have at least some insulation. So if you had told me get a camper or an RV, but then I have to move it every 2 weeks, and I don't know too much about that. And even if I learn about it, it's costly. You have to pay to park it someplace. You have to pay rent basically, and on top of that, you have to fix it. Now you gotta find somebody who fixes RV, like a mechanic, special. So, it's putting more responsibilities over my shoulder. And instead of taking responsibilities out of my shoulder, now I'm gonna bring more loads and loads of things I gotta take care of. First, I gotta find a place where to park. A lot of places they have a sign no overnight parking. He told me go to Walmart, go to Crackers Barrels. I was at Walmart the other day and they had a sign, towing sign. It says no overnight parking. They changed the rules. It's not like before. And plus, I don't have the experience. People who live in a car or an RV, either they have family members or relatives or friends, or they are a couple or somebody helping them, or they have experienced something, doing that. I have no experience whatsoever. I have no clue. I'm just gonna be oblivious, don't know what I'm doing. It's like I'm like gonna be in different planet almost. I have no idea how that works. And even if I do my research, it's gonna be, I mean, it just cost me, it's gonna cost me more. And even if let's say I even can afford it, it's like the hardship and all the, you know all the stress. Like it's like I have to keep moving the RV, let's say it's an RV, which is very expensive, by the way, and it costs a lot of fuel because it's huge. But anyway, my friend, he just knows how to talk. You know, they tell you what to do, but he don't, you know, he don't contribute or help me with anything. You know, people who do RV, they're like boyfriend, girlfriend. So we dated for a while, it didn't work out. And what happens is now he just talks smart, you know, he just tells me what to do and wish me good luck, and that's it. You know, he don't come and help me. You know, he thinks, you know, I should be like a grown up. You know, a grown up, you know how many women they got killed or they got sick, you know, you get sepsis, if you get infection. A lot of people they get sick doing that lifestyle. I mean, you're not Superman, you're not Superwoman, you know. I know people do it, but they really have to. I mean, if I really have to, um, I mean, if I really have to, it's like, but even a car, it's like, I don't know. I rented a garage room one time, you know, when I was in the city. So, but, you know, in the city, I didn't have a car because having a car is a nightmare. You can't even park it. Parking a car is like, used to be $40 for 2 hours. So it was insane. I was New York City. But anyway, when I was getting unemployment in the city and there was this recession and they were laying a lot of people, even the people who been in the company for years. So at that time, I was totally broke at that time, and I rented a garage in April, such as now we're in April, but in New York City it was freezing. I mean, the walls, like it was like concrete walls. The garage room, they're not supposed to even rent it, but the lady, she told me I can do 350 a month. So I thought, okay, at least I'm indoor, I'm sleeping. But it was so cold, my hands and feet turned blue, like you can see my vein, and it froze, like it froze, and my lips and nose like froze. So, and it was very bad. Probably that's why I got this asthma allergy, and from that. So I lasted few weeks, you know, I couldn't tolerate. Then in the end, I put an ad. I can do companionship on home care for an elderly lady living alone, and I had good references. And I ended up in this apartment with this elderly lady, and in exchange for room and board, I was a companion, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't getting a salary. I was just getting room and board, and I was supposed to be there at night, you know, after 6, 7 p.m. till in the morning when the state they had the aides, you know, that they come and take care of her, showering her and feeding her. So I was just there in case of an emergency. If something happens at night, I can call, you know, the hospital emergency in case she falls, or, you know, or something happens, you know, a heart attack, stroke, whatever. So they just wanted somebody to be there because she was in her 86, 87 years old, living alone. She had mild dementia. So, but here in Florida, it's hard to find that because there's a lot of scams going on, and they always go to home care agencies. I mean, even in New York, but at that time, I had an interview with her son, and he did background check, and everything went well. So I might find something here, but there is a lot of competition here as well. There's a lot of younger people, and they speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. So yeah, that's how I survived for like 2 years. I stayed with that lady, just you know, being there. I did live rent free, but I was obligated to be there at night, which I'm always home at night anyways. But you know, I couldn't go out on dates or go to the movies or anything like that. I had to go out in the daytime, and I was trying to find a job part time weekdays, which I did work with temp agencies, and it was temporary, and they used to call me. So that's how I survived. But here it's like you need transportation in Florida. That's why I'm having a hard time getting around, because I live in a neighborhood where it's like residential and the buses don't come here. I have to take Uber each way. So yeah, I wanted to share this with you. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this situation. If you had the choice, you would still, I mean, rent a room instead of living in a car. That would be not a good advice from my friend. So yeah, I wanted to let you know about this and leave me a comment. And this is what I have for you today. Please put a like and subscribe to my channel. And I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.